Hello and welcome back to the Dragon Den. I'm King of Dragons 5000 and today I have another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Jakks specific Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie. Getting Sonic out of the packaging, I have to say I am very impressed by what Jakks specific has done here. It's very accurate to the model that we see on screen, and I love the texturing on his fur. Overall, I have to say it is a great representation of Sonic the Hedgehog. Having a look at his details, Jakks specific did a really good job sculpting all the detailing on his fur. It's a very pleasant figure to look at just because of the sculpt work that went into it. The head sculpt looks absolutely fantastic as it captures the spirit of Sonic the Hedgehog. His eyes are actually done in two parts, where we do have this translucent lens on the outside and then the printing on the inside. His nose is nicely sculpted and I really love the smile that he has on. One thing I did notice about Sonic the Hedgehog is that he does have translucent part on his quills. It's not light piping and there's really no light up features, so it is kind of strange seeing this translucent plastic. Sonic's torso is quite unique and it is accurate to what we see in the movie. He does have the peach colored fur on his stomach and the rest of his body is done in that blue plastic. And on his back you can see that they continue his quills, which look nice, and he even has his little tail. His arms are quite skinny, which is accurate to the model, and they didn't skimp on any of the sculpted detailing here. The detailing on his fur is still exceptional here on his arms, and it goes all the way down to his white gloves. Other than the cuffs on his gloves, there's really no other sculpted detailing, it's just done in white plastic. And just like with his arms, his legs are quite skinny, but they still continue that impressive fur sculpt. It's actually quite impressive the amount of sculpt work that went into Sonic's fur, and it continues all the way down to his socks. Jazzwares went as far as to even sculpt the line work in his socks. And Sonic's shoes are actually textured as well, so that brings out so much detailing just on his shoes alone. And because he is Sonic the Hedgehog, he will have his traditional red and white shoes. So despite not having too much paint apps, the sculpt work on his fur is very impressive and is quite noticeable. The only thing I'm a little confused about is the translucent plastic on the back part of his head, because it's not light piping and he doesn't have any electronics, so I wonder why it's even there. But overall, the amount of paint and detail that went into Sonic is perfect and brings out all his nice little features. With his paint and details out of the way, let's compare Sonic to our usual suspects. So Jakks specific did list this as a 5-inch figure, so he isn't going to be as tall as your regular 6-inch figures. And being in the 5-inch scale, he is going to be slightly too tall to actually fit in 1/12 scale, but I think it still works. In the movie he's much shorter than a regular human, but I think the scale works here if you want to add him to other displays. And he is going to look amazing posed next to his counterpart Shadow the Hedgehog. Having a look at his articulation, Sonic does have a ball joint in the head, butterfly joints in his shoulders, arms go out to the side and do a full 360. He does have a bicep swivel and a Figma joint in his elbow, hinge and swivel at his wrist, as well as finger articulation. Sonic does have a ball joint in his midsection. His legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. He will have a Figma joint in his knee. At his ankle, Sonic will have a hinge as well as forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. Despite being a smaller figure, Sonic here actually has an impressive set of articulation. It actually amazes me the amount of articulation that this one Sonic has, and I really wasn't expecting it. So with everything said and done about Sonic the Hedgehog, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. So having a look at Sonic the Hedgehog, I have to say that Jakks Pacific has a real winner here. I really wasn't expecting this amount of detail in Sonic, but I'm really happy with the amount of detail that Jakks Pacific was able to sculpt into this figure. When I first saw this figure, I really wasn't expecting much, but having him in hand, I'm actually blown away by what Sonic brings to the table. It's rather unfortunate that he doesn't come with any accessories. We don't get any rings, no Chaos Emeralds, but it's still a really nicely sculpted figure. And one thing that blows me away is the amount of articulation that Jakks Pacific was able to put into Sonic. Not only does he have your basic articulation, but they even threw in some extra parts such as these butterfly joints. Basically, if there's a pose you want to get Sonic in, he really isn't going to be hindered at all, and you can actually get him in a lot of striking poses. At the time I'm making this video, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie figures are actually quite hard to come by, as a lot of people are looking for them. I really wasn't expecting to pick Sonic up, but seeing Shadow on the shelves along with Sonic, I had to get the duo. And one thing that sold me on these figures is the price point. At $15 you get a really impressive figure, and you can't go wrong with that price. So be on the lookout for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 figures, and definitely pick up Sonic the Hedgehog. Thank you for watching another video here on the Dragon Den, and before you go, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my action figure videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon, where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.